Welcome back to another rebuild here on Madden 24, and today we're doing another challenge rebuild, which I absolutely love. I truly do. I bring it up all the time, but me and my friends used to literally do a fantasy draft like every single weekend where we would do the draft, get through multiple seasons in that same weekend, and then do it again the next week. You know, I don't know. We were absolute nutcases. We were like way younger at this point, but still, it doesn't matter because that's the way we were. And I love doing fantasy draft rebuilds. Hopefully you guys do as well. If you guys have any suggestions for an idea of which type we can do in the future, let me know. We've done devs. We've done position group. We've probably done, where the AI chooses, where, we get to play, anyone we want. There's probably one where we could go like all 30 plus. I'm not sure, but if you have an idea that I haven't thought of, we could definitely do like schools probably. Let me know in the comment section below. Maybe while you're down there, leave a like. Maybe subscribe if you're new. If, you enjoy the video at least. But let's first see what draft pick we have. Obviously, this is a big factor. Pick 20, which is usually kind of the range for a pass rusher or a cornerback. But obviously, with the age, it might not matter, right? We might get like 33 years old, which is what Travis Kelce is. Now, as far as the ages or the players are going to be choosing by age, I'm going to go off of the Madden ages. Otherwise, it's going to be way too tough for me to figure out who is who, as someone might have had a birthday that was like 3 days ago or, a month after the game launch. Whatever happens, I'm going off of the in-game age. So Lane Johnson's 33. If he actually turned 34 in real life, so be it. Doesn't matter. But looking at what we have here, maybe a Brock Purdy, a CJ Stroud, a Bryce Young, but quarterback is already kind of gone. So we're going to need someone on the younger side here. I have no idea who we're aiming for, but typically under 30, especially early on, as we are going to go to the wheel. But here is the wheel looking all fresh and ready for us to spin it. Obviously, we have all of the ages kind of mixed up. There's a little cluster there. You can see 26 and 24 is okay. But for the most part, outside of that, not really good, right? You kind of wanted to slow down around like 35, so it gets to 21 to the 33, 26, 24 range. But overall, it is a minefield, and I would not mind having someone younger. So hopefully we get lucky on the spin. Please, someone under 30. Under 30. Over 30, I cry. Of course, this is going to be way too loud. And please, 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 please. 25 is not perfect, but it is absolutely better than what it could have been. And sadly, Nick Bosa is not there. Looking at some of the names that could be the best besides him, you could go with a running back like Josh Jacobs, who I would assume is there. 91 overall, 25 years old. Pretty damn good. Obviously, running back is a hard position to draft and develop. But the main guys I would probably be looking at are probably the main three. Oh, Justin Herbert's gone. Actually, never mind. Herbert would have been there too. Tua. Is Tua there? I doubt it, right? No, they're like all gone. Is Kyler? Kyler's probably 25, 24. 26. Okay. Well, basically, the main names that I'm looking at here are probably going to be either Brian Burns, DK Metcalf, Trayvon Diggs, Rashawn Gary, or Quinnen Williams. Now, you guys know that I really struggle to get pass rushers in general, so this is going to be tough, but I think it might have to be a pass rusher. Rashawn Gary is probably the slightly better choice here over Brian Burns because he's a little bit of higher overall, but 93 power move, 77 block shed versus Brian Burns, who has a lot worse, but is a little more athletic. Like I said, we could also go Quinnen Williams. He is a great choice himself. 95 overall. This is a tough choice, but this is more of a positional question mark rather than a, who is the better player, because obviously Quinnen Williams wins that every day of the week. Trayvon Diggs is not bad either. Man coverage is a little lacking, which in theory makes it where that slot upgrade makes so much more sense / gives you so much more value. DK Metcalf is a really tough name to pass on as well. I struggle to get wide receivers maybe even more than edge rusher, which is saying something. So right now I think it's between DK Metcalf and Rashawn Gary. And Rashawn Gary, he does well, but does he do that well? Is he actually worth the pick? And you know what? I'm actually going to go with the wide receiver. This could obviously bite me in the end. We could end up getting nothing but like wide receiver ages going forward. But you know, looking back at our history and rebuilds, wide receiver is by far the toughest position we have drafting and developing. So that is going to, well, running back, but usually we just have somebody. But DK Metcalf is pick number 1, which honestly for pick 1 at pick 20 isn't the worst. See what we can get here. Please stop. It's not going to. It's going to go to 30. All right, so 30 years old. This is probably a lineman if we're going this early for someone. So some of the better names here. Kevin Byard is one of them. Joe Tooney is probably the guy that I'm looking at the most, though, as we're looking at highest value, which is going to be a position that lasts as long as possible. So I would say it's going to be either between Joe Tooney or Kevin Byard, and I think just based, I mean, Kevin Byard can last quite a bit here too. Do I go Joe Tooney? The lineman position isn't that hard to develop or draft, but 30 years old for a guy that, I mean, he'll last the whole rebuild probably if we're going for 5 years, whereas can I say the same about Byard? What's that zone coverage? Zone coverage is going to matter. So Kevin Byard, safety's not that hard to find late either. Superstar dev. O-line need 5. Safety only need 2. I think that sold me. I think we're going to go Joe Tooney. All right, let's get back under 30. Maybe like 24. Give me something lucky. Oh, no, it's a bad one. Oh, no, it's a terrible spin. 32! Now, the choices on this one are way easier. Not in a good way, though, as it's going to be between Stephon Gilmore and Zach Martin, 2 Cowboys players, and I think Zach Martin being a 99 overall probably makes this a little bit easier, so we're going to go with the best guard in football in Zach Martin with our 3rd pick overall. I could actually put it on that like screen that I'm looking at, but I guess we'll just go to Madden every time. Either way, spin number 4. Please, 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 please. Come on. Come on. No shot, another 30-year-old. Kevin Byard, please be there still, buddy. All right, I mean, out the gate, this is going to be one of our higher overall teams for sure. Kevin Byard is going to be our choice, and we're going to like it. A bunch of high overalls, but as far as longevity goes and progressing rather than regressing, we're going backwards. As we now go to the wheel for the, I believe, 5th time now. And we land someone that is 27. Not going to be much better, but it's early enough still to maybe where we can find like a superstar edge, perhaps. So for this pick, it seems to be between Brian O'Neill and Jamal Adams. And I think with O'Neill being able to last a little bit longer than Jamal Adams, and in general, us only needing one more safety, I think the pick is kind of clear, and we're going to grab Brian O'Neill. All right, end the pain in my heart at this point. Age is an automatic L. Stop. The 30 years old again. That's a 3rd time now. I think it's back to the O-line. Well, Trent Brown, 30 years old, 87 overall. That's going to be our choice. We have no choice here. All right, Wheel. I'm kind of getting sick of you. I'm kind of getting sick of you, Wheel. Please, Wheel. It's going to be 33. Stop. No way. I'm legit half tempted to just take Justin Tucker. I really am, but I think Bobby Wagner, at least early on, provides a little bit more for us, so I guess it's Bobby Wagner. Pretty good start. Pretty good start. That is gone. What are we going to land this time? 31. Yay. Oh, maybe it actually stopped at 20. Nope, 31. It was between Mr. David Andrews and Jake Matthews, but Jake Matthews is an 83 overall, where David Andrews is only an 80, so welcome to the team, Jake. Is it too much to ask for someone under 27? Like, just under one time, maybe? I've got the worst RNG in the world. I honestly have the worst. Every game I play, no matter what the title is, I have the worst luck in the world, and it shows again. I guess best value is Russell Wilson. I mean, it's kind of fun, but man, that's a pretty useful pick. Just not going to say it. This time, I'm just not going to say it. Just going to go on with my life and get another 33. I'm done. I don't care. I refuse to take a kicker this time. I refuse to do it. I'm just not going to be doing that. Wheel spin. Not going to say a word about anything. 23? If it goes to 30, I'm done. Oh, my lord. Okay, this pick needs to matter a lot. Like, I don't know who is what and where they live, but this almost certainly has to be a pass rusher if the value is there. Well, based on overalls, this is probably going to be Dalton Kincaid. He's like the best option, unless there's a wide receiver later, which the best one seems to be like Treylon Burks or Romeo Dobbs, Jaden Reed. I don't really like any of that. I'm going to go with Dalton Kincaid. A tougher position to get as well. So Dalton Kincaid, the 23-year-old. All right, let's spin that freaking wheel. 29. Lovely. I love when you have a guy like Charles Cross sitting there, but you got to go with Deion Dawkins because of the age. He's the best available by far. All right, let's see it. Under 26, please. 28. Not much better than 29, believe it or not. I now genuinely think kicker is the best value at 28. Daniel Carlson, the superstar. It was either him or Jake Elliott, but I went for the guy with higher dev. Wheel spin. This is a crazy, though, the amount of age we've gotten. Like, what, 31 again? Oh, wow, 25. Now, there were a few options, but based on pure value, I think Ramondre Stevenson is the best 25-year-old remaining. There's probably a few players I'm missing, but as of right now, just based on the list, he's the highest overall remaining. That is a position of need and is available. Here we go. We kind of need like 22, 23 range. I need a wide receiver badly. It's going to be 30 again. That's now the, fourth 30? I was going to go with Lael Collins, but I already realized we have 7 O-linemen, so even though Collins has higher... You know what? Screw it. I don't care. I'm going to be trading some players off, potentially. I need all the help I can get. I'm taking freaking Lael Collins. I don't even care. I'm in the end taking the L. Why should I take more of an L? Oh, take a different position. No, we're going to stack up on 1. 24. Okay. I don't know what we can get with that, but maybe another wide receiver. And it looks like we're going to be giving Nico Collins another chance. He's obviously been killing in our Texans franchise, and he's still here. We got our top 2 wide receivers, even though I backed out, so we actually don't until I click it. All right, let's go for another wheel spin. I mean, even at 24, it felt like an L. 26. That might actually be a little bit better than 24 at this hour. And it's been a while, but the GOAT is back. Terrell Edmonds joining the squad. The 26-year-old is joining us. Give me 22 or 23. I think Puka Nacua is still there. And, of course, Ernest Jones at 23. We might have ourselves a middle linebacker. What are the odds? Of course he's gone. Of course he literally goes that round. Of course. 23. Anyone else here? Nakobe Dean's probably 22. And I think with this pick, we're going to be taking Jartavius Martin. It was between him, Stevenson, and Mapu. Mapu would be back to linebacker, but it's going to be Martin. And we'll probably end up going to around 30 and then just letting the game do the rest, because this is taking a while to do. 32, please! Not like, stop at 32. No way! Well, good thing Zach Ertz is there, I suppose, because otherwise there's going to be 71 overall Brockers. I'm not going to lie, though. This has been a really painful one. I've been getting nothing but the old. There we go. There we go. Stop. 21. Who the hell is 21 at this point that isn't like 12 overall? Sadly, all the guys I would have wanted, all the pass rushers are all gone, so it's between Keely Ringo and Nick Cross, and you guys know I love Nick Cross, but Keely Ringo is better, so that's going to be our choice. 22 is what I would have liked on this one. 22 was, who the hell was it? I think it was actually a pass rusher of some sort. No, it was Trenton Simpson. I mean, there's still talent here. We just got to get the right age. 22 to 24, I think, is the range we want. 23, that could be good. That could be good. Screw it, Mapu's still there. He's going to probably be playing linebacker for us. Starting to grab a couple of guys that we can maybe develop long-term. We also do have a lot of high overalls. 25, that could be decent if it stays. Trying to think of what we could get here. Last time we looked at 25, and that was rounds ago. It wasn't great, though. And I guess we'll go with the speedy slot, Quez Watkins. It was going to be between him and Boogie Basham, and as much as I like Boogie Basham, I don't know. He's not really going to develop. At least Quez will be here for a while and can start at the number 3 spot if he has to. All right, can we finish out some of the positions? You know, we don't have any edge. Do we even have a DT? I don't know what we have, but 24 helps us have more. I'll tell you that much. Don't really got much going on at this point, so it's going to be Sam Williams for our 24-year-old pick. All right, there's a lot of those players. I mean, they're not bad. It's just they weren't there, unfortunately, and we're going to go right back to it. Nope, 26. I'm kind of getting mixed up here a little bit, but here's the wheel, 26. And yeah, honestly, anyone over like 23 or 24 at this point is just not great, so Reggie Gilliam's going to be my pick. But like I said, we will go on to 30. We probably would have been perfect cut up going to 25 and then let the AI fill the rest. But 26, 24 could be okay still. Not bad. And the best value at 24 is going to be star dev Malcolm Rodriguez. Another spin. We've been over this. Basically 21 to 23 is probably going to be the only range now. And 30 to 22 would be interesting, which it won't get to. Gotta love that. Hey, we got a DT. Michael Brockers, the GOAT. Yeah, this started off kind of fun. I mean, it started off kind of fun, and then this happened. Shaq Lawson's gonna be my pick. Woo! We're killing it. Done to the final 2 or 3 wheels. Let's see what we're cooking. 22 would be nice because I have a guy that he's gone, of course. I would take a 22. Would be a very nice name. Now, it's probably not going to matter, but I'm going to grab Lynn Bowden here, and I'm going to put him at running back because that's kind of what he was known for, so that's what we're doing. The final 2. Make it go out with a bang, please. 28. What a bang. I'm going to keep it real with you. At this point, I just want to sim Malik Collins. Last one, then I am out of here. I am out of here. Watch now, they'll give me something decent. Nope, that's a lie. 30. I don't know if we have all of our edge rushers. I think we do. I don't care. Trey Flowers. I'm done. I'm simming. I don't care if it's all really old, all really young. That became pain for me after a while. Love when it costs multiple high draft picks, a 4th and a 7th for a 78 overall pass rusher. I suppose Karlaftis isn't the worst I've ever seen, but it could be better. All right, we trade Lael Collins and a 6th-round pick for Odigizua, so not a whole lot of additions, but added a couple of big names, I suppose. We still need a lot, though. Cornerback's a problem. We'll show you the roster. I did take a sneak peek, and I'll tell you this much. They didn't do us any favors. I got A.J. Cole, and the rest, they gave us no favors at all. Look at Mapu with the freaking gray square going on. But, yeah, the team is in a pretty bad spot, but those 2 additions, I guess, are helpful. Oh, I did not expect this to go. Our only remaining players that were tradable, Ertz, Flowers, and Butler for a 3rd-round pick from the Raiders, whose scheme is actually pretty good. I should have went with a team that doesn't have a good scheme. Either way, the squad will be made up, and the losses will come in. All right, the year 1 team is in 82 overall, and the offensive line is really high, but most of them are very old. So, yes, we have a couple of core players. Metcalf, Kincaid, maybe Nico Collins, maybe Stevenson, but quarterback obviously needs to be replaced. O-line, we'll have to look at it at some point, but anyone that's over 30 at this point may need to be replaced right before the end of this. And then looking at the defense, this is where we really took a hit in this. Corners, maybe there's potential. There's some youth there. Got to get a dev up or 2. If not, we might need a D-line or corner. We are going to have to switch up the D-line to a 4-3, and in that sense, that looks so weird. It's like a freaking widescreen movie. We're probably going to need a linebacker or 2, maybe 2 for sure, maybe 3. Safeties, strong safety perhaps, free safety down the line, but it definitely could have been worse, but we end up with Russell Wilson as our starting quarterback. That is about as bad as it gets for Madden. Did we get the next man up? George Karlaftis with a 10K XP camp standout win 1 of 2. Not a great season. 105 mil. I mean, Zach Martin, I think we give him a 3-year deal and hope he, lives to see the tail, at least NFL life-wise. I do not know how Stevenson is playing. Patriots power? I mean, he's still probably our best bet, so we're going to do a 4-year just because if we find something better, we can still just use him as a backup. That's fine. Anyone else? Trent Brown. Got a couple of Patriots here, actually. Trent Brown is the other only guy, it seems. Oh, no, the punter and the fullback. Don't really care too much about the fullback, even though I always grab Gilliam. And that's basically it. Let's move on. Positive note, we may have gotten the first pick over... hello? 42-0 from a 3-13 team? Huh? Did we just lose the first pick overall because of that? We did! Yay! It looks like it, at least. I don't know, maybe the Buccaneers did better in the division, but we just won one and they only have 4 wins, so unlikely. We kind of expected to be this bad. Didn't change the scheme. The Patriots scheme is kind of mid-level. They're usually like an 8-9 type team, but this squad just isn't really there, especially on the defensive side of things. I'd be very shocked if it was the offense that sucked and the defense that was good. I'd say both probably sucked, but the defense was worse. As you can see here, 17th, that's not bad. Defensively, 18th, that's not bad either. But what about the scoring? That's what we need to see. Stevenson, not bad, actually. 9th for scoring. It's got to be like in the 20s for allowed. Yeah, 30 there. Okay, so that's what we expected to see. Passing, not great, but Russell did what he could. Kind of. Stevenson might still get a dev up just because of the yards and or touchdowns, so we don't mind that. And then receivers, Kincaid was good. Everyone else was all right. Metcalf kind of disappointed me. We had no backup lineman. Trent Brown got the 2-year 38, which, I mean, totally worth it, right? Super worth it. Center Deion Dawkins, of course. What a rebuild. Karlaftis with 7 sacks. Considering the teammate help he had, that's actually amazing. That's like basically like 15-plus sacks for a normal team. Interceptions, I've seen worse, to be honest. And then Carlson, 12 for 14. Longest field goal is only 47. Cole, really good punting, which, I mean, you kind of need to when you're on this team. As far as award wins go, I don't think we would have had one. I don't really think there was one that we could have had. Lamar Jackson wins MVP, but maybe something. No, that's, I mean, as expected, we do not have one. Oh, of course. Not that it matters he's old, but Kevin Zeitler, of course. And the worst part about doing a rebuild like this, you don't even get, like, extra money, right? Like, you have a worse team by a lot, and you don't get extra money for it. You know, we're still the same money as everyone else, so we don't get extra money to try and, like, sign new players or anything like that. Of course, the Dolphins, with their MVP quarterback, win it all over the Falcons by 7. Dev-ups. All right, I thought maybe Kincaid had a chance, thought maybe Stevenson had a chance, thought maybe Collins had a chance, but none of them got a dev-up. And then on defense, Bobby Wagner went up in dev. I mean, I guess it's all right because, you know, he's star dev now. He's 84 overall. He's okay, but this felt like a wasted season other than getting the draft pick. And the Buccaneers do have Justin Fields, so there is a sliver of a chance that they could just keep him, especially how much money he's making. We'll see, though. Also, if you didn't notice it, our coach name is Old Ed McJohnson, because I knew we were going to get old players. Like 90% of our spins were old. But we have about 75 mil. We re-signed pretty much everyone we absolutely needed to. You know, backup Tucker Kraft, I guess, could have been someone. Hodges, Tomlinson, who we got from free agency, maybe. But overall, other than the fullback, everyone is basically a backup. And then fullback is pretty easy to draft someone similar to that. So kind of chilling. 84 overall. We obviously have plenty of needs, quarterback being probably the biggest one of them. We're going to evaluate our options in free agency, which will help us decide to grab Nate Hobbs. I think we have to pay him. I absolutely think we have to pay him. When there's a guy like him in there, JSN, yo, what are these teams doing? I mean, I'm all about it. You can't say that it's unrealistic. It's a freaking fantasy draft, dude. We got to pay. We got to open up the pocketbook. The checkbook is being opened. Do you really want to? Yeah, I think you do. You want to go for the full shebang. JSN is a 7-year 91 guy for us, and I don't think we're going to get him. Oh, no. Okay, so I guess it's a 3-year where you have to pay him like 20 mil per probably. I mean, wide receiver, if it's another position, maybe I don't go for him. Wide receiver is one of those positions where I think you go all out for him. So I think we are going to go for the 3-year 60, which isn't even overpaying that much, considering he's already an 82 overall and he's only 22. I mean, we need him. We need him so bad. No, I need him. How much do I have to pay? Can I go crazy and just do like a 1-year 30 and then it's kind of on our terms to re-sign him longer? Kind of like a little sneaky little move, but a 1-year 30 is a lot of money. So 1-year 30, which is a lot, but in the end, it would be cheaper. Damn it. He knows our tricks. We are currently the highest offer on both guys. Will we get them? Please! At least one of them. Okay, that's the one I wanted. If I was gonna only get one, it was absolutely JSN that we wanted. Cornerback is miles easier to get, And with JSN being signed, we have the trio back. I mean, even though, Russell didn't really get a chance to be a part of the trio, we have the Seahawks offense almost, kind of. So, probably need a new quarterback. Russell Wilson played all right, and he still has a bit of value. So, I mean, I wouldn't completely say that it's impossible to get something halfway decent back for him, as we're seeing some okay trades here. Looks like we could probably get a straight-up second round. Deonte Banks would be decent. I mean, if there's a quarterback here, I think that trade is... I'm just running straight to it. Unless I can try to get something myself, but I don't know how that's going to work. I'm going to be honest with you. I did not actually pay attention to the quarterback class. But what I can tell you this is, I cannot waste another season with a quarterback that is going to retire guaranteed pretty much after this year. So we traded Russell Wilson, a third-round pick, and some, backups for Deonte Banks and a second-round pick. So moving up from, the mid to late third to the mid to early second, and then getting Deonte Banks. Aiden O'Connell is the starting quarterback as of right now. Corners could be set with this trio going forward, and obviously we're hoping at pick 2 overall that there is a quarterback sitting there for us. All right, so hear me out. There is no good quarterback, and we just traded off Russell Wilson. Do I cheese it, is the question. Pick 2 overall has quite a bit of value. You can see we could get Minkah Fitzpatrick, Trey White, Creed Humphrey. Yeah, that's a great trade for us. Kenneth Walker, I suppose. Devin Witherspoon. This has a lot of value. Kyle Pitts. I could go QB. I could absolutely go QB, but I don't want to go the same route we did last time. So I think what'll happen is we trade down to something in range for a quarterback, or an edge rusher, actually, which there's Chase Young, and then we end up going for an edge rusher, saving up that draft pick for the kind of late first, early second quarterback that is there that's all right, and hoping that he's hidden. I don't know. He's got B's across the board, but he don't look great, I'll be honest. He does not look great. It is a very bad quarterback class. Of course, when we have pick 2 overall, it would be Buccaneers. I mean, maybe they make the reach. I don't know. But cornerback looked pretty good, so if they need corner, that's probably the route they go. All right, pick 1 overall. Is it going to be the corner? It is. Bradham looked like a really good pick to me. Now, while I'm not going to be taking someone here at number 2, obviously, for sure, I am curious to see what... 3 to 4... Bro, he doesn't look bad. Maybe the 3 to 4 is a lie? 3 to 4 talent grade, though. That's under 70 overall, isn't it? Bro, I gotta trade for a QB, no? But I also don't want this to be the same rebuild as the last one we did, where we had the first pick overall, I think, and we ended up with, who was it? Freaking Justin Herbert? It feels like a cheese move. How could the quarterbacks be this bad, though? I'm going to take a chance on Griffith late first. We're going to trade down here. Script. I don't want the same rebuild where I just trade for some proven dude. There's a lot of teams that are kind of willing to give me a bunch of first round next year, which is interesting. It is interesting, but I think I want to go with the Texans. Is they're going to give me that second round pick, a third round pick, a fourth this. I think I'm going to go with the Texans. I imagine it's worth a lot more than that in real life, but in Madden, it just doesn't go that way, so I'm not going to do it. Pick 2 overall is a tackle. Don't know what kind of edge players are there, but there's a lot on my board, so I imagine they're not all gone. And Hendricks is still there. Don't know his block shed, but an A-finesse, super athletic, 6'3" edge. We've got a couple of players here, though. We have Jones, who can go late first. We have Thomas, who can go anytime. I mean, I think we should trade down again. I could go literally Jones and be fine, I think. 23 with the Colts. I think that's going to be the choice. This really doesn't feel like a great trade, but it is what it is. We're going to go until we're kind of down to 1 pass. I think we're going to go till 20. We're just going to move to 20. Screw it. And they go Earl Thomas. Interesting. It's not bad at all. I think Hendricks is a lot better than teams are giving him credit for, and he's still there. So goes to Seattle, which is interesting. I did not mean to click A in there. Do want to make sure we have 1 edge rusher, though. We had a lot of them, but a lot of them are starting to go as well. They were already winning this trade, but I had a little bit more. We ended up trading 34, 55, a 6th, and 2 players for 20, I believe it was. But yeah, we are going to end up taking the quarterback here, I think, assuming there's at least an edge rusher or two still remaining, which I'm not even sure if that's true or not. There is, oh my god, it's literally just Jones. We're going to have to trade up for him. Do we trust? I'm going to look at the teams behind us, see if we can cheese it, knowing that they won't take QB. The Chargers and Packers, huh? Packers got Stroud, and the Chargers have Herbert. So we're taking the edge rusher now and grabbing the quarterback at 23. The cheese is on. Not really even cheese, but just situational awareness, I guess, knowing that they can't trade up. Evan Jones is going to be the pick. No block shed, but very good power, very good tackle, huge and pretty athletic for that size. Please be hidden or I cry. Thank you. We have our edge. I think we have our edge. And we're going to move on to 23 now. Oh, I forgot about Horn, actually. And Bass. I actually did have others. It's fine, though. I'm all right with it. I think I added those guys late. Oh, yeah, we still even have Morgan Ryans. So, yeah, I mean, we were actually kind of set, but here's the moment of truth. Kyle Griffith. He's not going to be a great overall, but this is a build that I've seen a lot of star dev quarterbacks with. I'm praying for it again. Please. Thank you. 90 throw power, hidden dev. Looking like freaking Rick Grimes. We don't mind it. We are just barely breathing. We are safe for the moment. And of course, DT Pritchett looks like the only other DT that's halfway decent, but I guess we're probably going to end up going with Cates and hoping the nose tackle could just get it done as a traditional. I really don't know what we're going to do at the DT spot. I was trying to make a lie out, and it's just the lie wasn't sticking. Do we make one more trade up and get Pritchett? Because hell, we could probably use a freaking replacement for a Digazua, so let's see what the Saints got for us. I went to the next round, and Pritchett is still here. Now, do I really want him, though? Like, I wanted him at the time. Now that he's still here as a 1-2, it does worry me. And I've decided if he's somehow there at 14, I'm going to take him, but I don't think I need him. Pick 15 as well after picks 14. Could be the corner if he's there. Pritchett's still there. I think this is going to be Pritchett and Hughes, although it might be McCutcheon. I was going to grab Hughes to play safety, but if we actually have a legit safety here who's decent, I'm going to take him, Jalen McCutcheon. Nice! Hidden development trait. Safety is so hit or miss. It's like the one position I almost never expect to be hidden. I draft that position worse than every position in the game by a mile. And we ended up landing a hidden one. Hughes looks great too, but I mean, I got a legit safety here. I'm going to take him. And I think you have no choice but to take Pritchett at this point. Somehow still there. He's got to be normal. He's hidden! All right. Killing the draft. Even the quarterback was hidden, and I was really questioning that one. All right, thinking about what the team needs. I mean, we're looking all right, actually. After getting the cornerback trade for Wilson, I mean, it might just be a linebacker, and we're set. Cates would be cool, I guess, but as far as linebackers go, there was two of them. There was Daryl Devon, and then Brendan Cooper. Cooper looks huge, though. I'm curious to see, but I'm pretty sure he was a little bit on the slower side. Yeah, he's okay, very athletic and strong, but the speed itself is kind of low. I almost think you have to go Devon or Devin. 21 years old, A and a B, and he's more athletic. We're going to go with Devin. Nah, normal Dev. It's all right. He's going to start. Let's move to the fourth round, see what we got cooking. Maybe there's a lineman there. Kind of use the depth, but as far as like actual starters go, we're fine. We don't need it. Let's see what we got. Any linemen? Any linemen at all? There is two linemen, a left guard and a right guard. I mean, Saunders looks good to me, so Saunders the backup. Hidden Dev, 91 strength. We take that. I might even trade up and grab the other guy just to have that like settled. We don't really need any other positions anyways. So realistically, next year's picks might not even matter that much. So we're going to go with this. Obviously, we might still need a quarterback. We'll see what happens. But for now, I'm all right with it. 2/5 for a fourth. I mean, it's pretty close. Come on, dude. Just, like, why not just accept that and make it easier on everyone? Well, you know we're not going to end the call without freaking getting the damn trade done. Gotta say, these drafts, especially the first draft in the fantasy draft, man, it's a long one. It is a long one, especially when I'm constantly talking. David Schwartz, welcome to the squad. Hidden? Nah, normally can't win them all. But Let's move to the 7th round because we probably could use a punter slash... actually, no, we're set on punter, aren't we? We paid the punter. So we could probably use a fullback, though. Ah, screw it. I'm just going to go to the end. We don't need it. I don't need anything. All right, let's see the overalls. I imagine a lot of them are going to be pretty low. Oh, I forgot we didn't grab the quarterback first. I was like, oh, 75. But no, he is a 70. Like we expected. 75 for Jones. 76 for the safety. 76 for Devan. Pritchett, 71. Obviously, Griffith, 70. 73 for the left guard. I mean, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. All right, so let's take a look at the quarterback. I guess that's the guy that matters the most here. Probably the only decent quarterback in the draft. He actually was pretty good. He was actually not bad. He's got paranoid sense, but luckily for a rebuild, that shouldn't matter. Fair enough. And we did it the right way. We did it my way. We did it without, making some trade for some player. Evan Jones, I mean, I don't know what the dev is going to be like, but a 1 to 2, it's usually, wow, he really does have, no, that's the wrong stat. He has 67 block sheds, all right. I thought it was 60 block sheds with that finesse, but no. Yeah, usually these guys are star. The late, the 1 to 2s are almost always star, but for all we know, they all could have been star, so what the hell numbers do we have? 98. Okay, that's the only number that looks halfway decent. And then I guess Pritchett, because he's going to be a starter as well, 93. Good power move if he block shed as well. So we're just not going to stop the run, which is A-okay. Bobby Wagner, you have a new job. Superstar for the DT. All right, so he was slipping. I was like, I don't know if I want him. I don't really know if I want him. I wanted to get him at, ooh, nice zone coverage. I wanted to get him at 24. Didn't happen, so I went to the first pick, and I was like, if he's still here, I don't know if he's actually going to be very good. And then he went again, and I almost didn't take him again. And he was a superstar the whole time. Wow, they sold. Every team before us sold. Of course, I do want to take a look at if there was any other quarterbacks, but I don't think there was. I guess we should start looking at highest overalls as well. 81 overall. Position quarterback. 67, 70. Oh my God, it was a terrible quarterback class. There was only like 2 decent ones. Carmen was one of them, and he's normal dev. Maybe one of the other guys was sneaky high dev, but I don't care because their overalls suck. Our guy was literally the only halfway decent quarterback. That is crazy. I don't know if we could have got more for him, but Malcolm Rodriguez for a 4th round pick. I mean, it is what it is. We got a draft pick out of it, and we have our starters set. All right, here is the year 2 team. Obviously an upgrade with JSN, a new quarterback who has a future on the team at least. And then the rest is pretty much the same. And then looking at the defensive side of things, new DT. Did we even change to a 4-3 last year? Okay, that would have helped probably. I think I did that last time too. That is like subconscious smart tanking. Subconsciously, I have been tanking the last 2 fantasy drafts. Promise you I forgot to do them. I even mentioned them. Otherwise, I would just like say nothing and be like, oh, I guess I forgot. But safety edge is pretty good. McCutcheon with, the future. Forgot Pritchard's also superstar, so I probably don't even need him at DT1. Put him at DT1 because I want him to get Rookie of the Year and all that, but it might not matter. I'm still going to do it because he's the better pass rusher anyways. Cornerback 1 is Deontay Banks. Martin's number 2. So looking forward, middle linebacker for sure. Maybe a replacement for Mapu. Maybe a new corner because I don't know if Martin or Banks is going to work out because even though their overalls are decent and their age is still young, they do have some pretty raw ratings. Like Banks is like 67 zone or something ridiculous. But overall, we're in a much better spot and there's not really too many more players we would actually need to draft. So definitely better than last year. Maybe a running back as well. Hey, back-to-back camp standout seasons where we at least get the 10K XP. We'll take it. Could be a scheme change on the offense as we are struggling. Again, Dalton Kincaid, the price is right. Same for Banks. Martin, even, for sure. Tooney, it's a little costly, but I think we can get him. And then Nico Collins might be an odd man out here. It just happens every damn rebuild with him. It's just, he does all right, but he doesn't, like, cook up quick enough. And then it's like, okay, we gotta save some money somewhere. We don't need 3 wide receivers that are good, so sorry. That's how it goes, like, every time. All right, a pretty bad season yet again, and, like, when we were maybe 11 games in, I changed the playbook on offense to the Raiders. That didn't really seem to work out. a little bit of an L, because I know we're lower of an overall, but I really wish Griffith would have had like a really, really good season. Maybe win Rookie of the Year, go up in Dev and all that, but I don't know if that's going to happen here. Ramondre's yards per carry were better, in fairness. Metcalf was better. JSN was all right. Kincaid was worse than last year. And then I did pay Nico Collins the 3-year 22. We got money, got a quarterback on a rookie deal, and we only do these rebuilds for about 5 years. So, considering we'll have the 5th-year option, plenty of time with that quarterback. O'Neal gave up 15 sacks. I paid Tooney as well. I figured our best picks of the draft were basically the O-line. I want to keep that intact as much as possible. Pass rush. The highest sacks goes to Digazua with 8, 6 for Pritchard, and then the edge. That's just awful. Of course, Mappy with that freaking pitcher, dude. Throws me off every time. Carlson missing 2 kicks out of 3 because of blocks. I can't really blame it. AJ Cole worse than last year, but pretty much had to be, as he had like a historic yards per punt like average. Offensive numbers were pretty bad. Let's see the defense, though. Mahomes with the Colts winning MVP. So 24th in offense. Defense 30. Oh, my God. We're the worst team in the league. Sam Howell with the Rams is number 3 for MVP. Oh, my God. Rookie of the Year. Yes. Let's have it then. That is all I could ask for. Or, like, better than we've played so far, because our overall is one of the highest in the league. But sure, I'll take it. The Lions versus the Chargers, that is one of the fun, like, more fun things about fantasy drafts as well, is that the teams are all sort of mixed up. So, no one team usually just gets to the Super Bowl every time and wins it. The Lions winning one over the Chargers, that's not expected for us. We don't see these things. And, of course, we have some dev up. Surprisingly, Kincaid went up this season when I think it was a worse year than last year. Obviously, you do have to compare it to the other players. That's kind of how that works, but it's still surprising nonetheless. And then, of course, the quarterback goes up in dev because of his award win. I don't know what is the best to upgrade. What's the best archetype to hit? I don't think it's going to be Scrambler. Throw power is obviously going to be great for Scrambler, but if we're trying to balance them, would it be Field General? I don't even know. The Scrambler is going to kind of force him towards, short stuff, right? Strong arm, I guess. Field General, what has he ended up with? I don't know. It is what it is. It'll probably fluctuate from time to time because no matter what you do, the quarterback ratings, for the most part, the archetype's going to be pretty similar. Defensively, don't think... Oh, no, Devan would have had a dev up here, and I think that's it. Digazua with 8 sacks, still no dev up, which is such an L. But him getting a star dev is pretty nice. Is he now 79 overall? Obviously, his zone coverage is going to suck. But 79 block shed for a linebacker is probably already top 10 for off-ball, which is pretty impressive. Running back is still a problem for us, and honestly could be a huge key to unlocking this offense way more. So if there is an option to get a decent one, if it's even by trade, I may have no choice but to make this play. But hopefully free agency would be the better fit. As the draft, I just don't trust, and it takes so long to freaking develop someone from the draft unless you draft some super god, which is really... Oh, I didn't pay Nico, actually, but I'm going to. But, yeah, it's really hard to develop a running back that you draft, so it seems like it probably would be a guy that we have to trade for. That would be our, go-to. But maybe we get lucky in free agency. Let's see. Overall, still pretty high. I don't think we'd have had any retirements. If Zach Martin retires, that would really suck. He's going to at some point, obviously, but please don't let that be for a while. Oh, my God. Is he here? Holy crap. Bobby goes, though, which sucks. And then a bunch of oldies. That is a bunch. That is crazy. But free agency, linebackers a need now. It has entered the conversation. O-line would be great, cool and all that, but we don't really need it. I thought it was Damian Pierce. It was not. I want to see if there's any Ernest Jones. He's probably raw as hell, but 25 years old. Why the hell not? He's actually not terrible. I might pay him. What's the lowest he wants? A 3-year, 18.7? I'm down. Is that what he, is there going to be somebody, competing for this? I think we can pull this off. A 3-year, 22, maybe? If that's even worth it, but I don't really care if it's worth it or not. I've made up my mind. I want Ernest Jones now. And he is, we're the highest. Not bad. And as far as, the other players go, it doesn't look like there's going to be any running backs here. So, other than Dobbins, who's basically a worse Ramondre anyways, it's going to be trade time or draft time for running back. It costed us an absolute fortune, but we end up getting Mr. Barton. We traded off Sam Williams, a second-round pick this year, a third-round pick this year, a fourth-round pick this year, a sixth-round pick this year, and a third next year for their 23-year-old superstar running back who they just got this latest draft class. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't even look at how good the guy was. I just know he was young, high overall with superstar dev, and I imagine he was good. They didn't need him, and okay, so he's a power back, which is what we need anyways for this scheme. It looks pretty good to me. He's like very close to Ramondre, but 4 years younger with higher dev. Ramondre's a great backup. Barton's the starter. I wonder when they took him, though. I wonder how bad of a sell this is. How much did they gain from us doing this? Where is it? Okay, they did pick him at 25. Pretty unrealistic trade, but they did have Najee Harris. I'm not going to complain. All right, I have not decided what I want to do with this pick yet. We have no second-round pick, and we have pick 1 overall. There is an edge rusher that looks kind of decent. We haven't really had success from our edge rusher last year. Don't know if McFarland's really that guy. He's very athletic, but, you know, an A finesse, B block shed. There's never a generational player when I have the first pick overall. I swear, there just never is. We have a bunch of 1-2s, so I think the best smart bet to do would be to trade down and get as much as possible for this year, next year, whatever it may be, as there's no blaring or glaring needs anyways, as Ernest Jones is on the team now, so whatever we can get that will help us for the future, I am down to do. I would like to get like a lot of draft picks for this year-ish. The Titans are giving me a hell of a trade here. Oh, wow, the Seahawks giving me even better. The thing is, though, I kind of want to go to a team that isn't needing quarterback, because there might be a decent quarterback. I obviously didn't look because I didn't need one. So, I mean, I think no matter what, we're probably going to find a team that needs a QB, right? I think the Titans trade is just staring at me. I got to go for it. Hope they didn't need QB, because pick 1 overall could definitely make those picks that we just got off of them much worse. And it is for an outside linebacker. That could be huge. Passing up on QB, even though I think they probably already have a decent one. Devin Harvin. Don't know why that name just reminded me of something, but it is what it is. DT could be a thing, because Odigizua, you know, he's played all right last year, but no dev-ups. Like, at all. Any other 1-2s we had? We had some corners, I think. Where the hell are they? I want one of them at least. Maybe Parrish, but Dre Anderson, even though he's not the fastest in the world, is 6'4", which intrigues me. I think we need a DT, but I don't know if I like any of the guys. I think Camp, even though he's not an actual DT, might be worth it. 37 reps. What about someone else? Because I want somebody that's like not 22, because I don't know if any of these guys would be starting right away. Cheeks is very athletic, actually. He's kind of like a dual style player, no? Kind of liking Cheeks here. Always a Cheeks man. Cheeks so far, or Camp, and then Alonzo Smith, 21, please. Thank you. I'm going to take the 21-year-old Alonzo Smith. And he's hidden. That's a win. That's a dub. All right, we trade off some random running back, a second this, a third next, a sixth next, and a seventh this to move up like 18 spots. It's actually not a bad trade for them at all. I don't even know what... I think the third-round pick belongs to the Titans. With this pick, though, I think we're going to be going for Parrish, as he looked like a pretty solid corner. Maybe he plays corner in the future. Maybe he plays safety in the future. But I like the depth, and I really want Pearman, so that's probably who we go with our late second. And I think that's really all we need. Corner for the future, perhaps. But Parrish, 21 years old as well. Built like a slot corner or a free safety, so that's who we're taking. And, yeah, I would have been pretty shocked if he wasn't hidden. I'm not saying he looks like a guaranteed beast, but he looked like one of those gems. 2 to 3 with those ratings. That's first-round caliber, in my opinion. And wait a minute. Did we not have... Oh, yeah, we didn't have our own second because we traded that. Either way, we'll just trade up for the linebacker. And if there's anything left over, we'll go for a lineman. Maybe even trade like a draft pick next year, because I think we have an extra second. We definitely have an extra first. Pearman for sure. And then lineman, maybe Turner? Pearman and Turner. Script. Pearman and Turner, that is. You know what? We might be able to just trade something next year, and then at 29, just take the best available lineman, because there's a lot there. If there's not at least one remaining, that would be insane to me. But let's go with a second round next year and like a fourth the following year. I think that should be fair, right? Second round is guaranteed to be better than what we're getting now, and it could be a lot better. So I think that's fair. And they agree. And with this pick, it is going to be Mr. Richard Perriman, 22 years old, BA, and very athletic. Hidden development trait, better than Devon, whatever you want to call him, because he's straight up heading out the gate. And then at 29, we're assuming alignment will be there. If not, that'll be a little bit of a sell, but there should be someone there. Oh, no. Boyd was one of the linemen we had, I'm pretty sure. Uh-oh, let's see. Wow, none of them are there. That is a little crazy, I can't lie. And then with this pick, I think I'm just going to take the wide receiver because he's fast. Reddick, normal dev, he was not one of those guys. We knew he wasn't, but it was the best I could see. I didn't see any of those superstar dev speedsters like we normally see, sadly. Any running backs? Any running backs? Vasher and Malone. I'm going to take Vasher. That 6'4 corner is cool and all, but we have a lot of corners now. Vasher looks great, super fast. Bring him on. Normal dev, yay. Little bit of a sell for the O-line, but in general, especially since we added for next year, it was a pretty good draft, right? It was pretty good. But I do want to see the quarterbacks just because obviously we had picked 1 overall after having picked 2 overall. So how hard did EA screw us by not giving us the player, you know? Ooh, this guy looks decent. Glover, UDFA, new fullback, normal, 82 strength, not bad. But yeah, how hard did they screw us? Would we have gotten the franchise quarterback? Maybe I should have still looked at quarterbacks because our guy's superstar, but his ratings are a little lower. But I like who we have, so I just didn't think it would be worth it. I just didn't check because of that. The corner is a gem. The DT's a little bit lower overall. Left out's meh. Wide receiver's okay. Running back's not that bad, but the corner is the prize, obviously. Also, those first-round picks we added. But very good man and zone coverage. Might even be better than like the third-string cornerback. He might even be corner 2 right now. That's kind of crazy, but it's probably true. Like, I would imagine those ratings are very formidable to Martin, if not better. And then we do want to see those quarterbacks, like we said. Pick 2 overall goes the Ravens. McFarland, I was thinking about him. Number 3 overall, an 80 overall quarterback. Please tell me he wasn't generational. He's 23, so I probably would have had a hard time going for him, but with those key ratings and all that, I imagine he would have stood out pretty hard for me not to. And, okay, superstar. I mean, he's probably better than our guy, but our guy is, like, literally the same age, if not younger still. So we saved a lot not going for him, so it would have probably been an L. I don't think I would have been able to make the decision to go for him unless he had A's across the board, elite throw power, like 4.40 across the board with height. I mean, other than it being so guaranteed you'd look like an idiot not taking him, I think I had pretty much no choice to like not go for him anyways. And as crazy as it sounds, this could already be the window as Byard's going to drop off hard. Martin may retire. If Dawkins needs a contract at his age, I don't know if I can keep him. And it's crazy to say because the team is so young still, and we only just added a couple of like really high developable young guys. But because of Martin and Byard, I mean, it's going to be a drop-off. So it is like mini like window, I suppose. Definitely would be really nice to show some promise. All right, heading on to year 3, and we have seen absolutely nothing but L's, but the team looks pretty good. Future-wise, quarterback set, running back set, wide receiver set, tight end set, O-line, we do have the retirement helmet, I will admit. Linebackers. Wait, did Mapu's image fix? It looks fixed, no? Did it fix? It's like you got to get to a high enough level before you get that fixed. I'm sorry. Safeties, Byard, we don't know about. But corners and McCutcheon looks good. Linebackers, probably good. DT, Odigizua, maybe need to replace him, but maybe Smith's that guy. We didn't actually even look at his dev. 21 years old, maybe he's the future. His power move is terrible. Those Bs were basically Cs, but what is the dev? Okay, it's still fine. It is okay. We will live with it. Gonna keep an eye on the scheme, though, because this is use whatever scheme is gonna win us games territory, as it is now year 3, and right now we are gonna rock the Raiders, and we'll see how far that takes us, if anywhere. Ooh, we have a decision to make. O'Neal, I want to keep the line intact, right? We spent a lot of high picks on this O-line, not maybe by choice, technically, but I want to keep them intact. Now, Trent Brown is different, because he might ask for 20 mil. We just gave him a 2-year, like, 38. Maybe we let Trent Brown go. Maybe. And then Mapu, with the damn pitcher still, is a questionable one. Great zone coverage. Block shed's not great, but more importantly, we have a linebacker in Perriman looking all right behind him. That's weird to say it that way. If it's cheap enough, I mean, like, if he does like a little bit more, I guess we'll keep him. I guess. I think if we're gonna win, we're in. Oh, no. I'm not touching that. I'm sorry. I don't care. You can call me a cheeser, say that everything I do is unrealistic in the world. I'm not touching it. I am not losing Zach Martin to a scenario. I'm not touching it. If he retires on his own, which he probably still will, fair enough. Maybe you should touch this. I don't know. Can I touch this? Can't touch this. I don't know. But Griffith, better season for sure. Barton, not bad for a low overall. That's finally getting the start. Metcalf was pretty good. Kincaid was great. Could go to X Factor. Collins played better than JSN. I mean, as long as you're winning games, I don't really care who gets what. O-line was better than last year, technically, at least at the tackle spot. Edge is just, I don't know what to do. Like Jones, maybe, even though he's higher sacks anyways. I get it. Karlaftis is 90 power move, 88 overall, and he has 4 sacks on the year. What do I do? How do I go about this? I don't know. But probably not going to be any award wins. We'll still look anyways, but Mahomes wins back-to-back MVPs. And that's pretty much going to be it. I doubt, I had pretty low hopes that we were going to have something, but I don't know. Do I click the one line? I'm not going to click it, and we'll see what happens. If Zach Martin retires here, 100% of the time going forward, I will. Oh, we're going against Mahomes. Great, we lost. But I'm going to click it just to get the morale boost. All right, going to the end of the game. Let's see what we're cooking. Anything? 7-0. We do score 7 back, which is fair enough. We stopped them. Huge touchdown before half. We're up by 7. It's anyone's game, obviously, but we're at least competing after not even coming close to the playoffs. Down by 4, and it looks like it's going to be their ball. It's not good. I mean, they're moving the ball as if, like, EA, do you want to code a game that doesn't suck? Like, they're moving the ball as if they don't have a lead. That's not how it works. They're not going to be throwing the ball around when they gain 7 on the ground first play. They're going to run the damn thing again. Who is that? Is that JSN? It's a bad throw. Great route. Oh my god, what is this? Are you trying to blind me? I'm going to have a seizure. Like, would I genuinely have a case against EA if I was, like, prone to seizures? Or does every game company just put epileptic warning just to protect their ass? What is that throw, bro? Are you okay? All right. I mean, I can't even get it over to him. Why am I even trying? I'm just going to sim. Who cares? We're not going to come back from 10 points down with 1 timeout and 30 seconds left. Okay, see. GG. It was a close one, though, I will say. I mean, we held Mahomes to 0 touchdowns, yet lost the game. Obviously, they did have, like, 4 rushing touchdowns, so I guess that's completely irrelevant here. But, man, this defense, this offense, this everything. I guess the defense wasn't too terrible, but the offense was god-awful. But we are still lower overall, right? The running back's kind of low. Dalton Kincaid's still somewhat low. And then, obviously, the quarterback's kind of low. But year 4/5 could be the year for us. But that year is probably going to include no Zach Martin. But we'll find out if that is the case here as we sim to the Super Bowl and go up against the nobody, because we lost. What am I talking about? The Colts versus the Cowboys. Of course, we lost to the team that makes the Super Bowl in our first round, and they win the damn thing. Retirement, I'm about to find out Zach Martin is gone. It's going to be fun. Patriots, and he's still there. So unless it was one of the other guys, which I severely doubt it, we save our player for one more season because we don't click on the stupid scenario. A scenario that was going to send him away for nothing. And instead, he's still here at 35. Usually 35 is the cutoff. If you're already at 35, usually it's the very next season. But DevOps, Griffith goes to X Factor. You don't say. Not bad. Pretty cool. Tight end, X Factor as well. This one is a little more expected in fairness. So it's funny. I had somebody that, like, I don't know what they're cooking up, but don't let them cook again. That was like saying something about, like, you know, you're talking about abilities being cheese, but how about don't cheat and force Stroud's dev up when he didn't deserve it? A, he broke the NFL record for yards. B, he had like 44 touchdowns, I think, or something like that, which was like up there. He was a top 3 quarterback for passing touchdowns. And C, Griffith just got to X Factor, not Superstar, X Factor, with only 33 touchdowns and 1,400 yards less than Stroud. Stay in your lane. Sit down. Sit down. I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about, so you just don't speak about it. It's that simple. I don't speak about things I don't know about. That's a lie. Okay, you got me there. That's not 100% true, but at least I don't come in super confidently about it. Kevin Byard, he's regressing. We maybe have one last year out of him, and even then it's debatable. He got to X Factor, but it didn't really seem to do much as he's -14. I guess it really didn't matter who we chose between Byard and who the hell was the other 30-year-old? Was it like Tooney or something? I don't know. We got both anyways, but like the regression timing is pretty similar. The DTs, though, I don't know what's going on here. I have all the sliders around like 150, 160, but the XP's just not coming. The sacks aren't coming, and I don't know if our Super Bowl ring is coming, but we are going to keep trying as we made the playoffs in year 3. Year 4, maybe we'll win a playoff game. Year 5, maybe we get to the Super Bowl. I don't know. That would be a perfect, like, kind of like progression, if you will. We'll see if that happens, but at least we got to the playoffs. That's all I can ask for. We still have a lot of draft picks. You know, we had the Titans' first-round pick. I don't know how badly they played. Let's see. They made the playoffs, of course. Actually, I did sell kind of hard. I left quarterback at 100. I just bumped it to 150. That sucks, because obviously Griffith has shown like growth and as far as dev-ups at a rate that I've really not seen often from rookie quarterbacks. So that is a big missed opportunity. He probably would have been like 83, 84 overall by now, but whoops. See if there's any high-name free agents. If not, we're going to go straight to the draft, and there is not. This is the best you can do is Leighton Vander Esch, and other than like a 1-year kind of improvement thing, it really doesn't help us out that much, so we're moving on to the draft. Screw all this. Apparently, it costs all of this to move up 6 spots from 26 to 20. I'm keeping 23 because I'm hoping the safety that I have is there, but more importantly, there's an edge rusher. I don't know if he's going to be great because that athleticism is in L, but 21 years old, 6'4". The speed is terrible, but you pretty much have to check all first-round edge rushers, and he does have an A power move, B block shed, B awareness, so I think I have no choice but to at least try, and he is hidden, but that speed do suck. His Excel is great, but he is like Nick Bosa out the gate here. This is, I mean, doesn't hurt Nick Bosa, so I'm just saying. And our safety is there. Next pick is in the 2nd round. There's not really much we need, so future-proofing the safety spot. Oh, this corner, actually. What am I talking about? We got to get that guy, too. But Dexter Little is going to be the safety pick. He is just fast enough with some pretty decent key ratings, hoping for hit in there, too. And we get hit in there as well. 91 jumping for a safety as well. That is a win. I think I'm going to trade up to, like, I'll slow sim because I don't know if he's going to be there. I'm going to trade to, like, 8. I think 8 has, like, been our kind of, like, sweet spot just to guarantee our guys there without having to, like, risk them. Well, in theory, I mean, they could go anywhere, but usually we're good. We are reaching. This is a 3rd round in 2028, moving up 15 spots, which isn't terrible for us, but hey, they want to throw those types of trades at us all the time. I'm going to throw one back at them every once in a while. And here is Darren Alford. Don't need the corner, but once again, looking kind of like Parrish, and let's see if he is as good. Hidden dev, 94 speed, 94 excel, 95 change direction, 91 jump. With the size, he's already better than him. And honestly, we'd just be future-proofing the lineman position. So if there's one there at 23, and that was one of my linemen, could you imagine if that was the last one, though? I'm going to take one, but I'm not pushed. And thankfully, for once, we have linemen. I'm going to go with Brian because he's probably the best. Oh, actually, Slaughter. 22. What about Brian? They're all like center builds anyways. I suppose Slaughter's a little heavier, so I guess he's just a short guard. Devin Bryan looks the best. Hindev, we'll take it. And now we move on to the 7th round for, I don't know, something. I took a fast wide receiver, but he is 24, so, I don't usually do that, but he was staring me in my face. He was a 3-4. He had some speed. I had nothing else to take. I'm not going to trade down at that point. Let's take a look at the draft recap, though. I really want to see this edge rusher, because it could have been a sell. Oof. Cornerback, though, we knew was going to be good. The safety's good, the corner's good, and then Lumpkin, I mean, I don't know what his dev is, Good power move, or really good power move. Pretty good block shed. Has all the traits you could ask for. Just no speed, unfortunately. I think his future could be at right end, so we'll go put him at right end. Star dev. I mean, it's pick 20. It's not like pick top 5. Alfred, though, like we said, could be better than our other guy, and we're finding some gem corners. I mean, corner has definitely not been a problem in this rebuild. And his dev is star as expected because, I mean, any higher and that's just way too OP. But it was another good draft. Look at this cornerback group, though. Normally, I would kind of I usually don't grab the players that I think are going to be really good. But this time, I was like, anytime I see someone good, I'm just going to take him as a luxury pick. And, I mean, so far, it's kind of worked out. It's looked good. We have depth everywhere. This would be a great year to win it, as we have so much depth. And I don't know if Zach Martin's going to last another season. I'm surprised he's even here now. But we'll see if we can do it. I don't know if it'll happen, but they would be, like I said, really good timing. All right, what the hell is this contract ask from Karlaftis? Nobody wants to stick around, and the fact that we're not winning despite being a pretty good team is a fair reason to not want to stick around. I think this is Trent Brown's... So, like I said, this is the window, really. But JSN gets a contract. Karlaftis gets a contract. Byard, if he doesn't regress that hard, maybe... He gets a contract. Odigizua is gone. Martin gets a contract, but I kind of want to wait until after the season's over because he may retire. Tooney gets another contract. Dion Dawkins is gone. Edmonds is gone. And Trent Brown's gone. So we need a couple of linemen. We have to tag Griffith, pay Barton, tag Jones. I think that's the plan, and I backed out. If we win, we have the division... And we still hold on. One last hurrah. Do I click this? Because it's... You know what? I want to see how far the non-clicking the one last hurrah can actually take us. Let's take a look at the regular season. We beat the Bills when both teams were the same record, which is why I said if we win, we're division title holders. But the Bills lost anyways, thankfully. And we hold that title regardless. But let's take a look at the numbers. Griffith has been putting up some yards, though. Got it. He's killing it. That could be an MVP. Barton with a down year, though. Same scheme. Metcalf killed it. Collins is pretty good. Kincaid is pretty good. And then JSN has just been kind of a waste of money. And I just paid him like a 6-year freaking, I don't even know, 15 mil per year, whatever the hell that is. Math is hard. Karlaftis got paid. And for the first time in like NFL history, someone got paid and played better. That's crazy. Pritchett, 11 sacks is great. Odigizua, 5.5 is meh. Jones is meh. Interceptions is ultra meh. Kicking was pretty good. Punting was all right. Kick return, punt return game, no touchdowns. But man, this was a year. Same scheme as I almost said yesterday, as last season, and we don't win MVP as we lose it to Joe Burrow, number 2. Oh, that sucks. Metcalf, Offensive Player of the Year with all those touchdowns. A bunch of Bengals players on the list for best awards. And Kenneth Griffith? I don't know who the hell that is. Kyle Griffith, the number 1 for quarterback. Metcalf, number 1 for wide receiver. This is a year. This is a year. This is one of the years amongst other years. And that's all that needs to be said. Can it be the year, though, as we're taking on the Jaguars? Cowboys took out the Falcons with a 14-6 score. That is a strange one. Really slow way to get on the field, but we got 7. They got 3. Then they get another 7. So now we're up by 4. Up by 11, and that could be it. The Jaguars are looking pretty good, climbing back in, and then we just poured it on, and we did enough. 38-24 will be the victory, headed on to the divisional round, which is a dub. 5 touchdowns of Griffith could be him. Did we find ourselves another really good quarterback rebuilding the Patriots? Wow, look at the sacks. 3.5 for Karloff. This is like a third of his regular season. That's wild. I like it, though. Hey, we ain't gonna complain around here. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. So we got some upgrade points. Deontay Banks. I'm gonna start doing some of these on my own when I get a chance. I mean, I do every time, but I gotta do these whenever I have a chance, because otherwise it's just gonna be all one-sided. At least we'll get something every once in a while. Like Alfred probably needs to go to zone. I mean, Alfred's insane though. Like, he is really good for a rookie corner. I mean, he's not even really starting, and he's doing well. Of course, Little, I mean, he'll be pretty primed to play starting free safety whenever we need him to with 1 to zone. 82 zone, though, which is really good. What did he start with, 79? Damn, dude. We actually drafted really well, especially at DB in this rebuild. Obviously, we had a couple of iffies, but O-line, not having to draft O-line and develop it definitely was a help. So while the draft did suck for the youth, we did get a lot of linemen that just set us for the rest of, for the whole rebuild, really. We went for the good story as well, as Kirk Cousins is our backup quarterback. So, give Kirk Cousins a Super Bowl ring. Well, why not? Oh, no. Oh, no. Our offense is the defense is doing its job. The offense is just struggling. It's a really good-looking offense, and just based off their top players on the Charger side, and the offense for us is just selling. You got to go for this, right? Can I see? No shot. I get it. You don't get this. The game is over. But don't you trust your, 3.8 yards per carry running back to get you a yard? I don't, but here we are anyways. Going to try to bounce it. I forgot he's a power back. I don't know what the hell I'm doing here, but first down. Woo! Wasn't worried at all. See if the offense can get down the field. 10 whole points. We're in the cold. They're from LA. Bro, wake up. Can somebody do something? Please. JSN, oh my God, we were just about to get sacked. The route running goon. Griffith, amazing in the wild card round. Not here. Literal ultimate advantage going up against the freaking LA Chargers. LA. In the cold. The LA Chargers don't even know what's happening. Their breath is fogging up, and they're like, whoa, what is this? What is this? Dalton Kincaid hit the throw. Perfect throw. Dalton Kincaid. The X Factor, man, to the 15. We had to convert multiple fourth downs, but it would still be legit. Man, they need so much help, though. This offense is so incompetent. They get the touchdown, but will it matter? 4th and 3. Did they go for it? What happened? They didn't. They just punted it. I don't want to, win it straight up for them, but at the same time, this is the closest we've been to a Super Bowl chance. This is actually a really tough decision in real life. We go for the screen. Barton's out there and slips off the tackle. That is a hell of an effort. I can't believe that guy actually covered it that well, though. JSN over the middle. I don't know who that linebacker is. Kind of looks like Roquan, which plays a factor, right? If it's some randomer Dalton, don't. Go with the same play. I don't really have time to audible, which kind of sucks. Might be a throwaway. Or to the running back, who's not going to gain much, but with the power, gets 2 yards. Okay. Does set it up left, which can maybe set up a big play right. That's what we're going to do? What's this? Could you imagine Nico Collins is the savior here? That would be insane. I know we're supposed to kind of sit down there and drag him out. That's a tough one. No, it's not. It's actually really not that hard at all. To the 40, call a timeout, I guess. Yeah, sure, he could probably hit the field goal, but if we can get Dalton Kincaid to get to that outside, Nico Collins, I don't know how much of a sell he's going to make on this, but deep route. Dalton, underneath. Get out of bounds. There we go. 7 yards gain. Now I think I let him kick the field goal. Sure, you can argue we won them the game, but who knows? They might miss the field goal here. Let's see it. And he hits it. We're headed to the championship round. Sure, I had to play a little bit, but that's all right. That's okay. Herbert locked down, though. His defense is not the problem. It is just not. Although the run game, they could have done a little bit better against. But, yeah, the offense is struggling. Wildcard round was great, but this game and against Mahomes, they should have lost both games. But we came in, saved the day. Championship round, here we come. All right, who is it going to be against? Still could be the Chiefs. The Titans. I did see them cook up. That's the team we lost to, actually, in the last game, wasn't it? Trayvon Walker, Danielle Hunter, and Justin Jefferson. They got some edge rush, but Danielle's got to be pretty regressed by now. Come on, offense. Do a thing. All right, we'll take it. Good stop with a touchdown. They get a touchdown. It took them a long time, but it's still a score. 14-7. Come on, D. Oh, they get the field goal, but that's okay. Starting off with a touchdown. Up by 3. They got the 2-point. The defense makes a stop. Huge touchdown. It's a 3-point game. The screen is so bright. Holy crap. What time is this? And where on the sun is this being played? All right, the Titans, they need the onside. I don't know if they got it. Are we going to win the game? We will! Super Bowl! That is what I'm talking about. beating Bryce Young. Griffith, not as many yards, but more touchdowns and not better completion percentage, but similar. Rushing overall, more touchdowns in general because, we had 2, they had 2, and the math adds up. Jefferson had a really good game. Higbee, really, of all the names. Michael Matthews. I actually remember seeing that name, Metcalf, with 3 touchdowns during the draft. Just a random name that just, popped up on my screen. And it's crazy that that's a player that we just seen. Either way, Super Bowl bound. I think the NFC has lost at least the latest one. I don't know how many of them they have lost, but they've definitely lost at least one. Do they want to make it to 2, perhaps? Who's this going to be against? Is it a good play? Commanders have done some things in regular rebuilds, which makes me think that playbook's actually not bad. We'll take a look at if we had any dev-ups, and then we'll take a look at how they got here. See if they had to play any hard teams. But look at Griffith. Okay, the morale is kind of misleading, but still. Griffith, very high overall now. About to be a 90 overall, which is really good. O-line's great. Defensively, I swear we've had no dev-ups on defense, all rebuild. The only dev-up we had, I believe, actually was Byard and Devan, right? That's crazy. This is the lowest amount. Oh, yeah, and Wagner. But that was ages ago. This is the lowest amount of dev-ups I've ever seen on one side of the ball in any rebuild. And we've had teams where, there's not much to dev, and they still dev'd up more. That's wild. That is kind of crazy, though. But let's see, the wild card round. Where the hell are the Commanders? They win by 7 over the Niners, so that's a really good defensive performance. Then they beat the Cardinals of all teams. I mean, that's not a team that ever wins. It's probably because of their roster, but it could be their playbook as well. And then beating the Packers by 7. So not the toughest teams in terms of playbooks. So, I mean, I feel good. Will we actually win? I don't know, but I feel good about it. 4 overalls higher than them. Chris McCaffrey, Max Crosby. Those are some names, though. Here we go. The Washington Commanders start off with 7. We get 3. They get 7. Come on, offense. There you go. Ooh, they're scoring touchdowns. Okay, maybe it is the defense's fault as well. That is a lot of touchdowns in the first half, but we are keeping up slightly. We really need to score every touchdown we can, though. And looks like we might do so. It's going to be 3 points. Defense has got to make a stop sooner or later, though. And there it is. Offense can drive down for the lead. 4th and 5, I think you go for it. 3-point deficit, you go for this. If it was 7, I think I agree. You punt this, pin them. But 3 with 7 minutes, I think you get aggressive. No? Dalton Kincaid. He's him on those freaking 4th downs. Pretty good game from Griffith. Can't complain. See if they can win this game, though. This has been a hell of a resilient one from the offense. Finally, their defense doesn't show up, and they answer the call. Did they go for 2 there? I don't know. Either way, it's a 4-point lead. Whose ball is this? Because they're going backwards. Wow, the defense clutched up. They were in field goal range, and that went away. Whose ball is this? Is ours? Oh, my Lord. They have a chance. Down 4. Please. Okay, we got to come in. We got to watch this. I mean, is this not Hail Mary? Is this not like a Hail Mary situation? It seems like Hail Mary, no? Oh, they have no clock. We win! Forget it. I was overthinking it. We win the Super Bowl by 4. The Patriots have given us some good luck this rebuild season for Madden. As we took a kind of tough team to rebuild, one filled with a lot of old players and key positions missing. I think a big factor, though, like we said before, even though we did get JSN, is that pass or the wide receiver position. Going for Metcalf over the pass rush. Sure, our pass rush did suck, but wide receiver is harder to get, and in general, it is more important. We've seen really good pass rushers like Karlaftis develop and not, get many sacks. Finally woke up. Took a long time to develop him, and we finally got there, but it's tough between wide receiver and pass rush. Those are some of the most important positions in Madden, especially since it's so hard to draft them. Previously, it used to be corner, but corner is so easy to draft this year that I just don't even care about in the fantasy draft, especially early anymore. But yeah, we ended up getting a really good quarterback that was such a long shot, and now he's basically the best quarterback in the league. Should have probably won MVP. I don't know how you can win AFC Best QB but not win MVP. Yeah, sure, you can count rushing stats for the MVP award win, but that's still part of playing QB, right? So if you're an MVP and you are a quarterback, as it so happens, you're best quarterback then if you want MVP. Otherwise, you're not MVP. I just said MVP a record amount of times, so I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm gonna give it a rest. But anyways, let us see how the team finished, and also if Zach Martin will actually retire. So Dalton Kincaid, I can't remember if we did a Bills rebuild, but I kind of feel like we used Dalton Kincaid in some sort of capacity, and he never developed that well. This is a good Dalton Kincaid. Very good catching, speed's on par, one of the best route runners in the league at tight end, pretty good run blocking, a solid player. DK Metcalf, we've seen DK Metcalf as a 99 all the time, but didn't actually get there this time. Really good release, though. Short and medium route are pretty decent. Deep route's kind of an L, considering he's like literally the definition of a go route receiver. But, I mean, he did develop the other route running, so you can't even complain. And then JSN was very disappointing in these sims, but we won the game and won the Super Bowl anyways, which is the name of the game. Release is terrible, though, which, I mean, for a slot wide receiver type, that's questionable. Nico Collins, 83 overall. I've never been able to develop him into like a goon with sim, but in our Texans franchise, things are going pretty well. Jimmy Barton, did he get the speed up? He did. He actually got a few athletic ratings up, it seems. But 89 truck, 90 stiff arm as a 24-year-old is pretty good. Then we look at the quarterback position, Mr. Griffith, who ends up as a 90 overall, 93 throw power, which he started at 90. Short accuracy's terrible, though. Deep is 92, medium's 95. Awareness is pretty good. Throwing and runs all right. Play action and under pressure, all that's all right. Might have even gotten like a speed upgrade or two. I thought he was like 84 as we drafted him. I can't remember, though. And then we go to the defensive side of things where things didn't really go that well, I'll be honest with you. So, they did really well, but as far as ratings go, they didn't really get to where we thought. Mapu, was he really 89 speed, 89 excel, or did he jump really hard? I don't know, but really good zone coverage, bad block shed, didn't really get that overall that high. Devan, the opposite, 84 block shed, no zone coverage, very athletic, but he is good, really good tackling, pretty solid hit power. I mean, he looks all right to me. McCutcheon, 82 overall, he's pretty young, 24. We got the safeties on lock, 84 zone. I mean, Little already actually almost has more than that. Byard is regressed, but he's still all right. Banks, we just kind of looked at recently, 86 overall, 86 man, 72 zone. Very good, speedy man corner. And then we move on to the other side, which is Parrish, who kind of stole the job pretty early on from Jartavius Martin. And then, of course, a little bit more balance. 88 man, 78 zone. That's not bad, but I think he probably started near 78 zone, so I guess not balanced by intention. And then Jones, he's got to be in the 90s for pass rush. 92 power move, 77 block shed, and he sucked like every single season. That is really annoying. Karlaftis, we know he's really good, but only finally had a good season. Block shed's iffy. Not the fastest. 92 power move. And then Odigizua probably doesn't matter too much. But Pritchett, the 81 overall, not really developing that well considering his superstar dev status right out the gate. 77 block shed, 89 power move. It's not bad, but he's been a starter since he's been a rookie, and this is his third season. Thought he would have been a little bit higher than that by now, but anyways, that is going to be our Spin the Wheel of Ages fantasy-style rebuild on Madden 24. Like I said, if you have any suggestions for a future kind of challenge rebuild, doesn't have to be a spin the wheel, doesn't even have to be a fantasy draft. Maybe you just want to see a don't draft anyone in the first 3 rounds rebuild or something like that, or only can draft in the first round or something. Let me know in the comment section below. If you guys did enjoy, though, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, I appreciate your continued support on the channel. Follow me at Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays for non-Madden content. I'm really hoping that I uploaded a Spider-Man episode on Friday. If not, though, or if I did, 100% there will be one on Sunday. Sometime during the night, day, maybe it's really early in the morning. I don't know, because I don't upload on the main channel on Sunday, so I'm going to at least do Spider-Man on Sunday, if not already on Friday. But either way, it should be at least Sunday, maybe both days. But we'll be back on the main channel with probably Texans franchise on Monday. And that is about it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. And hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!